So, who in their right mind would still want to live in New York City after so many years of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? We've had Shatari come through a portal in the middle of the city and basically level the whole thing. We are under martial law with Mayor Kingpin, and now we have the Sentry just dissolving everyone in this black void stuff. Like, who would want to live here? Thunderbolts asterisk released this past weekend in 2025 and is directed by Jacob Schreier, who's also behind such films like Robot and Frank and Paper Towns. And this film is starring Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, Wyatt Russell, Olga Kurilenko, Louis Pullman, Geraldine Viswanathan, Chris Bauer, Wendell Pierce, David Harbour, Hannah John Kamen, and Julia Louise-Dreyfus. And a fair warning to all of those that have clicked on this review, I am going to be talking about some spoilers. I'm not going to be talking about everything, but there are a couple of moments in here that I connected with very deeply on a personal level, and there are things that impacted me emotionally that play into the story, and I can't dance around it. So I am going to be talking about those moments, but other things I'm not going to talk about because I'm definitely going to recommend that you check this film out. This is one of the MCU's best entries when it comes to their film slate. Just my god, this is a breath of fresh air, according to a lot of people out there. Yelena Belova is struggling with her identity and struggling with finding peace and happiness in her life, since her entire life has been her getting a job, killing people, going home, getting another job, and continuing to kill people. Well, she's received her latest orders from CIA Director Valentina Allegra de Fontaine to go to this super secret compound in the middle of nowhere and take out the assassin who's planning on stealing a whole bunch of De Fontaine's secrets. And while she is there, everyone who's basically a forgotten Marvel character shows up, and they all realize that they've been set up by De Fontaine to be destroyed with all the other evidence of all of her evil doing. So they all decide to team up and decide how they're gonna figure out how to take down De Fontaine before she is able to basically take them out. Oh, and then this weird stranger by the name of Bob shows up randomly in the same spot too, and he doesn't have his memory, or at least it seems like he doesn't have his memory, but as the movie goes along, you figure out, oh, there's more to this Bob than meets the eye. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I am a big fan of Marvel. I know that's a rarity for some reason now, but I am still a big fan of Marvel, and whenever they release a new project, whether that's something on Disney Plus or whether it's a film, I get excited because I like seeing this story continue. The problem with the MCU, though, in the latest phases, this being Phase 5 and in Phase 4, it didn't feel like we were going anywhere, that we were leading to anything. That's been the big success of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the first three phases, the whole Infinity Stone, who has them, where are they, who's gonna get it, is Thanos gonna get them? That was all fun. We felt like we were building to something huge, and every post-credit scene felt like, okay, this is the next chapter, this is leading into this thing, and that's exciting. Phase 4 and Phase 5 have been, hey, we have all these other characters, and we're just gonna throw them at the wall and see what sticks, and we really don't have a plan. Or maybe we did have a plan, but when all the allegations toward Jonathan Majors came out and blew up everything with Avengers 5, the original Avengers 5, you know, maybe they were struggling there, I don't know. But Phase 5 has been very hit and very, very, very miss towards a lot of fans out there. But I am happy to say that this film erases all doubt, and this superhero film breathes fresh air into the superhero genre that desperately needed it, regardless of it being Marvel, DC, whatever. Just this whole superhero genre. This film is a breath of fresh air. Because this film is focusing on character development, it is focusing on story, it's focusing on emotion, connected emotions, universal emotions that all of us feel. This film is about mental health. We go through episodes of depression, through suicidal thoughts. I really wish they would have put some, like, credits in the beginning to where they would say, hey, there's a couple of triggering things in here, because this film goes very deep, and for a superhero superhero movie, that is very rare. But it makes for one of the most beautiful and most unique climaxes that we have gotten in any superhero film. How many superhero movies have you seen where it all ends in some big climactic battle where it's fists over fists and people fighting over things, and yes, there may be some dramatic dialogue, but it's still over action sequences and it's still over brute force and brute violence. If you're being honest with yourself, that is every single superhero film. This film, though, ends on a beat of hope and a beat of love and a beat of caring. We have Bob beating the darkness version of himself, and he's thinking that that's what's going to beat him and that's what's going to defeat him just through mere force and through violence. But it's through just someone putting their arms around you, putting their arms on your shoulder and just saying, it's okay, I'm here, we are here, you're not alone. Like, I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about that. That is such a powerful way to end a superhero movie. And it's something that Marvel has desperately needed in their scripts during this entire phase. Other than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, that is still probably the best thing that has come out in this phase so far. Everything else has lacked in those moments of emotion and those personal moments, like the scene that we get with Yelena and Lexi, Red Guardian, and Yelena. Does she have a superhero name? I don't think she does. But it's father and daughter, and the daughter is talking about how depressed she is and just how much badness there is that she has done and that she feels regret for, and that her dad wasn't there to help her. And then him being honest and saying, like, yeah, you're right, I was not there, I apologize, I'm not good at this, but I'm here now, and that's what matters. These are the scenes, these are the moments that films like The Marvels, films like Ant-Man, Quantumania needed. Like, they sacrificed potential for these emotional, character-driven moments for fanboy story generating, oh, there's this big problem that eventually we're gonna get to and take care of, but not in this movie moments. It's what makes this film stand out, just head and shoulders above the majority of the MCU. This film is heartwarming, it is impressive, it is connective, like, it's universal. All of us have felt emotions that all of these characters have felt before, and the fact that they're not afraid to sink their teeth in and to go deep and to go dark with a lot of these conversations about these emotions, it's a breath of fresh air, and it's very impressive. And you don't get these beautiful moments without having great performances. I'd be remiss if I didn't start with Florence Pugh, who is just the shining beacon and the shining star of this film. She is one of the best actresses working today, and she provides so much nuance and so much small little tiny quirks about this character and how she delivers her lines when she has those emotional moments. It's one of the best performances the MCU has ever seen. David Harbour, even though he has beautiful dramatic moments with her as well, he is fucking hilarious. His comedic timing cannot be matched by anyone in the MCU. I guarantee it. And Lewis Pullman, who I just figured out is the son of Bill Pullman because my wife pointed it out when the film was over, definitely didn't realize it while watching it, but then after she said that, I'm like, oh, yeah, obviously, that is Bill Pullman's son. Of course it is. I talk about nuance with Florence Pugh. This guy has so many nuances with Bob and this dark character of Sentry and how he's kind of towing the line between these two people. He has facial tics and he talks to himself and he finds things funny, but then he also goes into his own world where he's just being hard on himself and terrible to himself. And when he's in the Sentry getup, you can tell just how uncomfortable he is and how this doesn't feel like him and that it's just not right. Sebastian Stan, once again, is great as Bucky. Olga Kurylenko, who plays Ghost in this film, is a vast improvement with where she was at with Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is one of my least favorite things that happened in the MCU, but here, like, she's great. Like, I love seeing her on screen. I love seeing her character. She didn't annoy me like she did in that film. Wyatt Russell as U.S. Agent, the discount Captain America. I mean, this character is a piece of shit. He definitely is. He mansplains all the time. He has huge anger issues. He's a terrible father. He's a terrible husband. But god damn it, even he's redeemable, and he has great moments in here to where you go, okay, I kind of like you. It's just a tremendous risk that Marvel took on these side characters that were a part of projects that either weren't received well with the public or just people didn't care about. But taking all of these unknown people, all these unknown characters or characters that we just didn't give a shit about, and teaming them up and putting them into a movie like this. It's a risk, but my god, it pays off. These are the types of stories that we have been missing from the MCU for quite some time, and I know that the MCU with Kevin Feige has done a major overhaul on all their projects. They're like, hey, we've been doing not some great things in the last couple of years. Let's pump the brakes on a couple of things. Let's rewrite a couple of things. Let's make Daredevil Born Again better. Let's try to make Captain America A Brave New World even better. I think it was fine with all the rewrites that they did, but definitely Daredevil Born Again was tremendous. I think we are definitely on the uptick with the MCU leading up to the next Avengers film coming out next year, Fantastic Four coming out later this year. This film is just tremendous. I'm so shocked that in a year where we have all these different superhero projects, that I would be saying that Thunderbolts is probably going to be, if not on the top, definitely like in the top 2, top 3 of superhero properties that have come out in 2025. I'm shocked. I'm gonna give Thunderbolts with an asterisk 4.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
It's good. It's good.
So guys, if you've seen Thunderbolts, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across because of this video, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.